Okay, let's try this again. I apologize, everyone. I really wanted that last video to be one take, and unbeknownst to me, for some inexplicable reason, the camera quit recording as I was doing all the hard work of unboxing, and that's too bad because I was sitting here talking to myself for a good long while, not knowing that you weren't getting any of it. So we pulled everything out of the box. The paddleboard is here in some nice plastic packaging. It looks good. We assembled the paddle really briefly. It looks good. All the connections seem good and solid on it. The other people have commented the handle's slipping about here. Currently just testing it here in the house. That is not an issue. It's basic, but it looks like it'll do the job just fine. And we pulled out all of our goodies. We got our repair kit and our valve wrench. We got our complimentary dry bag, which is really nice because this is enough to keep your towel from getting wet when waves splash over the nose of the board or anything like that. About a $15 value, so be sure to factor that in when you're comparing to other ones. And this is the other stuff that was in the box. We've got a hose here. It looks like your standard plastic guy. It's got a nice O-ring that I can see down in there, but it does not have a free spinning connector, so we're going to want to put that on our pump first before we try to put the other end in the paddle board. We have a single stage pump, pretty basic. Our gauge looks okay so far. It's not already reading 20 psi or whatever happened to some other poor reviewer. And we'll get this prepped. You don't want to crank on plastic fittings too hard, but yeah, we'll see if this pump ends up giving us any trouble or not. A lot of people have complained about the pump. If this one gives us any issues, I'll probably just end up using my wife's out of her kit, or truth be told, I'll probably end up using the air compressor if I have my way, because that would be easier still. So we've got a big sheet of plastic to pull out of here. Oh, I forgot to mention other things that were in the box, of course. We have the backpack bag. It looks good. It's plenty big. Backpack straps. I got to run the straps through there. I noticed that it's plain black. The bag is not branded, so they had photoshopped that on some promotional images, but no actual branding on the bag. One of the corners cut is there's no padding on the back of this, whereas the Peak board actually has padded straps and padded backrest material, but I don't think, you know, for the amount of money saved for this one over the other one, that's the end of the world. The ankle strap looks really nice. It's nice and soft, and however that connector works, swivel things, seems good. I don't really plan to use that necessarily. And there's the 3 fins, the removable fins. So, having got a look at those, let's get our plastic off of this guy. Sorry for any poor camera angle in the meantime. I had said that I wanted to keep this video brief, so we've got to just keep moving along. And now I'm double checking every few seconds to make sure the camera's still recording. So this looks good so far. Really nice material here, bright colors. It's all looking nice. This looks like the identical valve to the Peak brand one over there. We're going to go ahead and find out what it takes to pump it up with a single stage pump. Since my video already got broken up into a couple clips, I'll probably just pause this one and start another one. Alright, we're about to give this a whirl to pump up with the single stage pump that is included with the kit. I've done this a couple of times with the dual stage pump on my wife's board, so we'll see if I notice significantly longer pumping times just to get this one inflated here. So let's see, away we go. fact, who wants the camera to hold still while I'm pumping around like a maniac? Probably everybody. So I'm going to set the camera down real quick so you don't have to bounce around, and maybe we'll just do a time lapse of it inflating for you. All right, let's see how much pumping it takes to fill this guy up. We're going to call it good right about there. It's about 1, 2, 3, 13. Let's see how much we lose. Not bad at all. Valve has a clean release. Gauge seemed to work on the pump. And there we have it. Let's get you a look at the whole thing. Okay. Whew. Sorry, I'm going to be winded, but looks like it was about, give or take, 5 minutes of pumping time. 6 round trip if you count my brakes. The valve released cleanly with no issues. So we'll put that on there. Just seal him up good. There's only one D-ring in the back, but it's a really heavy duty, thick looking one. So that looks pretty good. The board looks really good inflated. Looks like our graphics are nice and centered on there. We got our cargo bungees up front. These D-rings look pretty good. Nice vinyl reinforcement around them. Nothing extra there, but oof. I'm a little winded. I'm not in great shape. Maybe paddleboarding will put me in good shape. It feels, you know, on the ground here, it feels very sturdy, very stable. I'm right at 150 pounds, so I'm not the type to stress this thing a lot, but it looks and feels very rigid. Got nice foam covering on our handle here. Flip her over. Got a clean bottom. I appreciate that all 3 fins are removable because that is what allows me to lay it flat and test stand up and pump on it like that. So this is all good here. Everything's looking nice on that guy. We're ready to hit the water.
Alright, so I just got the FunWater stand-up paddleboard. I took a bunch of pictures, but I just realized that it's not easy to upload the individual pictures. So I'm just I inflated the stand-up paddleboard already, and so far it's impressive. I mean, the price is amazing, and for that price, I mean, it's not even bending. It feels like solid plastic. That's what it feels like. I cannot believe this is a stand-up paddleboard. Like, I'm a pretty heavy person, and it doesn't even bend at all. I mean, I cannot feel. It's like, yeah, there's no give. It's not giving anything away. So yeah, like some other people talked about, like, there's some air losing. I mean, this is brand new, so if it's not losing air yet, so I expect it to be last long. The seam supposed to be looks pretty good, I say. I mean, whoops, the video flipped. The seam looks good. So far so good. This is what the bottom looks like. It's very long. And here's the contents that came with it. Here's the fins. I tried it on. Yeah, this it doesn't look that clumsy as people say. I mean, I haven't tried in the water nor used it, so it's hard to say. The pump looks nice. I mean, yes, it takes, like everybody says, it takes about 10 minutes to pump it up. And this is just standard stuff. I mean, I have a inflatable boat as well, so. But yeah, the handle is really nice. I mean, you know, where the handlebar, it's like one of those like bicycle handlebar with the comfortable, like where you rest your palm. So it's very easy to hold it. And the pressure gauge, I was like, at first I was like, where's the number? Oh, so it's the number inside, as you can see. Inside is the PSI, the outside is something called bar. Anyway, yeah, this is the hose is not too bad. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's not the top of the line, but obviously I'm gonna try a few times, and then I think I'm gonna buy a electric motor pump. The back, you know, most people say they got a black and, you know, no logo back, but for some reason I got the back in the picture, so I'm not sure, like, you know, they ran out of it, that's why they gave black ones, or but I got the what's in the picture, so I'm happy with it. Yeah, again, this is not the most, there's no padding over here. I see some loose string here, but okay, I'll just, you know, cut those out and make sure it doesn't come out. This one looks solid, not a big deal. There's a strap. All right, yeah, and then there's a strap. I'm gonna have to try to fit it in here soon. The paddle, yeah, I mean, I don't know how many paddle people have, but, you know, compared to, it's a whole lot better than I expected. Yeah, it's pretty big. It's 3-step. There's one, and then the second one is height adjustable, and if you open it, then you can take it out, and there's a how, you know, it gives you the height of where you can stop it, right? And yeah, it's really nice. So far, so good. Let me put it down. Alrighty, then, yeah, there's the waterproof back, and here's the leash. Leash, again, you know, I mean, it's better than what I expected. So, yeah, it's a foam. I mean, there's a padding here, so I think it's comfortable wrapping around your feet or ankle. And yeah, we'll see, you know, in the water, if I keep pulling this, is it gonna get tangled, or is it gonna just hold on? Again, for the price, yeah, I don't think you can beat this price. Yeah, I mean, it's like, let me see. I mean, this is not going anywhere for sure, for now. All right, so I'll update the review once it's in the water, use it for a few times, and see how it holds. All right, thank you guys. Hope this was helpful.
Back in April, I was in the market for a new paddleboard, looking for about an 11-foot length, if not longer. Wanted to have it as a minimum of about 31 to 33 inches wide, and shopped on Amazon, as everybody seems to do. So finally settled on the FunWater 11-foot paddleboard and ordered it in April, and it was delivered just a couple days later, very quick shipping. And as with most paddle boards, when I unpacked it, you get a little bit of everything. You get obviously some fins and a paddle. There was a dry bag, pump, little container, nice bag to put everything in. And this review is, now that I've had it for a couple of months and have used it a fair amount, I just thought I would share some thoughts on the FunWater 11-foot. This particular paddleboard is probably not available at this point. FunWater tends to cycle through their paddleboards fairly quickly. It's a Chinese company, but you can find something probably very comparable to this on either Amazon through FunWater or directly on the funwater.com website. All the packaging was in order. All the equipment looked like it was in pretty good shape. It looks like it's pretty good quality. You can see me pumping it. I did not buy the electric pump, although that is something I might invest in the future, because if you've inflated paddle boards, you know they can take a lot of pumping, and this one was no different at all. The board itself is very light. The fin boxes, it's a tri-fin model. The fins were a little tight, but that was simply because it was new. Now that I've used it several times, the fins slide easily in and out, and they lock with a pin that slides through the base of the fin. And I did actually manage to break the big rear fin on my first trip out on the paddleboard. I got too close to shore, stepped towards the back, and off came the fin. So you want to be careful. They are a little bit fragile. They're not made to be stood on. But to FunWater's credit, even though I had broken the fin off, they replaced it at no charge. They sent me a new fin very, very quickly. And I also was able to find the fin separately online, I think through Amazon, and find a replacement that way as well, which was nice to see in case FunWater is not available to replace those fins in the future. It does come with a couple of tie-down straps on the board. Of course, there's never enough tie-down straps. This model is fairly simple. Again, the finish is very nice. It seems to be a good quality material. The deck material is nice. It's very soft. And overall, I've got to admit that I've been very impressed. On the water, the board is well behaved. It's I weigh about 195. I'm about 6 feet tall, and it holds me with no problem at all. It is a little bit tippier than my old board, but not bad. And it seems very stable once you get used to it. Even our dogs got into the act along with my wife, and she was able to get up and stand up and paddle on it relatively easily. On basically her first time out on the board, she was up and paddling it. So there you have it, just a short, quick review of the FunWater 11-foot. And again, you can get these either through Amazon or through FunWater.